Hi guys, I'm just going to go through some of my purchases in the last, I think, basically 2 weeks. I think it was around 3 weeks ago that I found out the eStore was closing, or the Nintendo eStore. Is it eStore or eShop? Someone's already sent a little comment about that before. So I'm just going to go through some of the items I've got. So basically I'm going to go through all the stuff I originally had and then my new purchases. It's probably going to be quite a long video and it'll mainly be me quite quiet, just going through the items. I've still got loads of stuff coming through. So let's just start. So I think, I don't know, it was like 20, it must have been a long time ago, like I feel like 2016 or something when these first came out. So let's just start. So I opened this one 2 weeks ago. This is my, I've got one of these as well. I've got the 3DS with the box actually. I, so I'm trying to think what to say. Yeah, so when I found out the store was closing, I thought, let's go and download a bunch of games, because I started having a look and I realised that a lot of the physical games were really, really expensive, and that the digital ones were still kind of cheap. So, like Ace Attorney, you could buy for £25 or something, where the game itself physically was like £100 or whatever, which I've now bought a couple of, but it's not the point. So I've got this one and I downloaded, I'm just going to go through everything I've got on my games as well. Well, that loads up, there we go. So yeah, I was originally going to go and put loads of stuff on here, and then I decided actually I'm going to put all my Pokemon stuff on here. So I've got Red, Blue, obviously Moon, but that's a cartridge, Crystal, Silver, Gold, and trading card game. But mainly for these ones here, I also got Pokemon Bank. And the reason for that is if I ever decide to play Pokemon on the Switch, I can now transfer them all over. And I know you might be wondering why I've got all of them, but there's some Pokemon you can get on Red and you can't get in Blue, the same with Gold and Silver. And to be fair, I had digital downloads, which I'll show you in a second, of Gold, Silver and Crystal, and I had to use them up before the 27th. So I've also got, so I've got Bank, but I think it's a transfer that you need for another game. So make a transporter, so make sure you download that as well, if you're paying for the Bank, just in case you need it later on. So that's fine, I've got that. Another thing was I just bought this really cool, as you can see, yellowing protective cover for this. It came from Japan, but I really like it. I also took off, I had a sticker of Venusaur on the front and back, so that was ripped off. And I prefer that just all the black. Anyways, let's go into this one, let's have a look. So I opened this 2 weeks ago. This is definitely my favourite out of all of them. I don't know what I was doing with them, they're just boxed. I'm quite glad that I decided to buy them years ago. So that's all boxed and brand new. So I have taken that one out and I'll show you. So I was kind of indecisive whether I was going to use this or not, and originally I was like, no, I wasn't going to use it, but then the screen on this is just so much bigger, and I thought, if I don't download stuff now, I'm not going to be able to use it. 2 weeks ago I didn't have very many games, that's why. So I've since downloaded most of the games that are exclusive to the eStore only, or eShop, I don't know what it's called, I don't really care. So we'll go through them. My first one that I downloaded was Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy, because it's so expensive to buy the box. So I've downloaded that one. Let me just change the background so it's a bit easier to see. Again, terrible video. I'm just kind of getting stuff out here, and oh damn, I'll probably create another video later on when I've got the rest of my stuff through. So bear with me. This is not one of your exciting YouTube videos. Yeah, so I got like Shovel Knight. I got all these. They're paid for ones, but most of them are free. I think that one was free. It's quite a nice background. Atrium Odyssey Nexus. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I want to buy that game. It's really expensive. It's about £150 to £200. Shipped from the US as well. How do you get the normal one? Sorry, just bear with me. There we go. So I got Professor Layton, Azran. So these, I got the games that they were most expensive. I bought Monster Hunter Stories just because I think I would enjoy to play that. I had the demo and I played the demo a couple of years ago on this device, but then I thought I'd get the game because I think it was quite expensive as well. Yokai Watch 3, which is really hard to find, and they're selling for about £100. I'm not sure I'm prepared to pay that. So I've downloaded the full game. And I downloaded that last night, the Atrium Odyssey Nexus, which again, I wasn't aware how expensive that game is. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. It's like £100 game. Obviously in the eStore it's like, I think it was £25 or £40 or something like that. Might be cheaper. And I didn't realise, but these are eStore exclusive, so you can't buy them in any other format except for from the store. And that's Ace Attorney, Duel, was it Destinies or something, and also Spirit of Justice. So if you want to get those games, like, this is the time to get these ones, because you won't be able to purchase them anywhere else. So once the eStore goes, you can't get these unless you mod your Nintendo, which I have no interest in. I prefer just buying actual physical games or whatever. However, if you've not got much money, I'd say modding sounds pretty good. I downloaded a bunch of demos which I've not opened really. Games, here we go, let's have a look. So a couple of games that look quite fun, and to be fair, I played one the other day and I quite liked it. I played this one. Basically just a train sim, proper simple. So I think quite a few of these games might be limited to the eStore or the eShop. So once the eShop goes, you won't be able to get your hands on them. I know for sure that's one of them. There's two of these. This is the first one, and I see a lot of reviews seem quite good in this one. I'm not buying both. This one looks quite interesting. So again, once that goes, it's gone forever. This one I believe is only on the eShop. You can read it yourself. Ashanti or something. Harvest December. Some of these look quite good. So I know for sure this one's limited to the eStore only. And I see a lot of people on YouTube saying positive things about this. Attack of the Friday Monsters and Chrisman Shroud as well, which looks like a really interesting game. It's like a board game style, so you roll dice and move your characters. Originally I wasn't going to get it, but the more I thought about it, I thought this seems quite cool. So I downloaded that. So that's fine. You can see here that I've got the Laytons and the Ace Attorneys, etc. This is a really nice device. So I've actually really enjoyed playing with it, but I'm going to keep it super clean and just for like the decent games. And this one will be for smashing through Pokemon and doing the transfers. Just for info, I've downloaded, not downloaded, I purchased shells for these. So if anyone's wanting a shell for this size of DS, give me a shout. They'll probably be arriving in the next week or so. Because I couldn't find anything. This is a nice soft one from Japan, but it cost me about £40. And it's obviously yellowing because of the age, but to be fair, I quite like it, like knowing that it's old. It looks cool, and it's soft, where the ones for this one are hard plastic, which is not as good. I prefer the soft texture. Yeah, this device is like super cool. I really like it. It's in perfect condition. Obviously, I only opened it 2 weeks ago, and I plan to keep it like that. I've also got a brand new unopened Pokeball 2DS, which is for sale if anyone's interested. Just so you know prices, I've got this like on eBay for $7.25, I think. Obviously, I'm open to offers, and this one here, $8.20. Again, open to offers. I know they sell for about $600 to $700 or something. That one's actually really nice. So there's no I'll just show you. There's no tags. I've only opened this once for the purpose of photos. I'll just quickly open this one up. So this one here, the button does work. You can press that button there. But I have to say, I am not a fan of Pikachu at all. Again, I bought these all brand new. And this is the way it was wrapped. So it's back in the same way. But this is actually really nice the more I look at it. And see how this protrudes up. And the cheeks. Look at the screen. As you can see, never used. I don't like this clamshell style as much as this one, because this one's got rounded off edges. That's just a personal preference. But it's a really nice device. So I think I'll just not talk as much. So that's never been turned on. So I would imagine it won't turn on without a charge. So all three were bought at the same time. Let me just pop this away. Just So all three were bought at the same time. And I had to charge this before it turned on, but it works as normal, so I'd imagine much the same for them, but obviously I can't guarantee it. So these were the boxes I had with the download codes: silver, gold, and crystal. I think I paid, so I like to go on about prices as well, because I know when I watch YouTube a lot of times I like to know like costs of things. So I think I paid like $8.99. I had two of these ones because originally I had this one as a physical when I was younger, and I just sold one the other day for £35 in time for the person to receive it and download it. So I've got this one new, brand new and sealed, never opened. Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon. I don't know if this is the one that I've played. No, this is a brand new one. So I've got two Pokemon Moons. This is a brand new, unused. It's got all the stuff in there. Again, these are for sale, really. And this is Ultra Sun and Moon. Again, sealed. Sorry, I'm flying through these because I've got quite a few things. So again, new. I played Pokemon Moon. It's actually quite fun. Originally I didn't like it, but the more I played it, it was quite good. And now on to... yeah, other than that, that was the only other game that I had that I personally bought from the shops. That's sealed. And then I've recently bought this one. Again, most of the products I've got are sealed Pikmin. I'm looking to pick up the Nintendo Switch of that. It looks quite good. And sealed Paper Mario sticker. And I showed you earlier on the Nintendo that I've got Yokai Watch 3 because that's the most expensive one. So I bought all these sealed. I bought them for all under £30. Well, all three for under 30. So that's the first one. And then these two Fleshy Souls and Horny Spirits. So it's quite similar to like Pokemon, so you get different creatures. So I will play these at some point. So they're all sealed, but I will be opening them up when I want to play them. I'm not going to be one of these people who just sits with them. And then onto the Laytons. Sealed Curious Village. There was two art fronts for this, but I really like this one. I think this is the original one, and I like the look of it a lot better. Again, just pause it when you want to have a look at something. It's probably easier. I can't remember how much I paid for these. I don't think these ones are not that expensive. Obviously, sealed maybe a little bit more, but not by much. So I'm missing a couple of these. So I've got Spectre's Call sealed again, and I've been playing Azran, and I've been really loving it. But I'm really looking forward to playing this one. I don't know. I think this is the first one. The reviews look really good, and the like the city and it looks great. It looks quite fun. I can't believe I never knew about these games. I'm gutted because they're so expensive. Well, these ones aren't. I got this one the other day. This was quite good, £16. I think they go for normally like 20 to 30 sealed, so I was quite happy with the price on that one. Again, I think this one's meant to be quite a good one. And then I have this one. Oh, there's the camera going. Which I'm currently playing on the digital. I've got a digital download, obviously, but I've got the game as well. This is for sale. It's an immaculate. It's in great condition. Don't think there's any marks that I can see really. And then the contents, it's got everything. Really nice. I'm quite happy with that one. I think I paid 73. Remember that you can buy this on the eStore for $39.99. And then boom, this one's probably the one that I like the most. Sealed. So originally I was gonna, well, this one's for sale, so I'll be keeping this one for myself. And it's got the sleeve that came with it, which looks great and also protects it. Paid too much for this one, and the week before there was another sealed one which sold for less, which I was like, I'm not paying that. Then I've got two of these bad boys. They sell for 100 to like 150, it just depends. Yeah, they're quite, like, they're hard to get. Or they're expensive for what they are, really. So I'll put that to the side. I recently bought this as well. The reviews look really bad on it, but I thought I'd grab it for the Switch while I can. And the new one's coming out in due course. I can see you can pre-order the new Professor Layton. And the other day these came in. The postman's been as well, so I can guarantee I've got more stuff. I paid £11 for, not for that, £11 for all this. And if you have an eye like me, I saw this one. The camera wants to focus. Anyways, it's Dragon Ball Z, is it Fusions? I think this one sells online for, I can't remember which one it was, and there's this one as well. Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Spectres. One of these sells for 60, the other one sells for £40, so I paid 11 quid for all that. One of them's 40, one of them's 60. And a couple of quid each for these other ones. I don't think that's a £5 or something. So that was pretty good. These are for sale. I just need to put them up. If you're interested, give me a shout on anything you see. I think the only game that's definitely not for sale is the sealed Professor Layton ones, which you can get for cheap. One of the Azran is for sale, and that's it really. Probably the worst video ever. But I'll be making another one. I'm going to check the post and see what I've got through. Cheers.